Reckless is the fourth studio album by Canadian singer-songwriter Bryan Adams. It was released on 5th of November 1984, Adams's 25th birthday. It was released by A&M Records, and the album was co-produced by Adams and Bob Clearmountain. It is considered Adams' most successful solo album. The album has reached 12 million album sales worldwide. It was the first Canadian album to sell more than 1 million copies within Canada. The album reached number one on the Billboard 200 and reached high positions on album charts worldwide. You're here with the relaxing sounds of Pointless and Confused.
Yeah. I don't know what's happening here, people, but Dan seems to have been abducted by a slightly homosexual radio jazz host from New York City.
Enjoying the cool vibes.
Christmas special. And to that, I say, fuck thee. Fuck thee in your brain holes.
Put it in your fanny.
Stick it in your furry clunge.
Muff bag. Brad.
And so on and so forth.
So on. Okay, filthy. Okay, well, I thought we'd have a change of format, but it's been criticized.
We're trying to lose some listeners. Hey, we've got just too many listeners, so we're trying to back off a little bit. We're trying to pull a Pearl Jam and just we want less fans. It's becoming overwhelming. We're changing the format.
Happy little podcast with happy little accidents and some little people talking about clouds. And
we are the Bob Ross of podcasting. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We just happy little accident.
Just talking away and just little everything's fine. Don't even worry about it. It's okay.
Little friendly stone. Just put him in there. Oh, yeah. He'll be happy. Yeah.
So just roll over and close your eyes, and I'll just slip right inside, and you won't even notice. Probably won't even do any prison time for this.
You need consent. You need consent. Yeah. Did you know who doesn't need consent? Is Bryan.
Charlie Sheen.
Or Charlie Sheen. Or Ryan Adams, apparently. But let's not get handed a cease and desist. Let's talk about 25-year-old Bryan Adams.
Little Bryan.
His outstanding musical ability. What was your first experience with? How were you introduced to one Bryan Adams?
I have to say, when I was just a little child, a small child,
sitting on your daddy's knee,
kindergarten even, I remember demanding that my mum play this before I left the house.
Oh, really?
This is my sister's record, and I freaking loved it. It was amazing. Right. This album and the Beatles with the Beatles. I love them. Crazy. Wasn't so keen on Elvis. Had one or song maybe, but
yeah.
The Beatles and Bryan Adams' Reckless I thought was amazing, and Duran Duran were pretty cool too back then.
So this was your welcome to. This is what music is. There is a thing called music, and it is with the Beatles and Reckless. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So what happened? 1984. So I would have been seven years old. I was. I remember bouncing around the house. The Kids Want to Rock. I wanted to play that all the time. Everywhere I go, kids want to rock. Ugh!
Did you have a tennis racket guitar?
Yeah, I didn't have a tennis racket back then. I just had to jump around and scream.
Had a stick guitar.
No clothes. Willie tucked between my legs. Bouncing up and down. Kids want to rock. Yeah.
Right.
That was my
Delightful
experience.
imagery. Okay.
I've never bought a Bryan Adams album. I've never, you know,
But
but when I was
this,
a kid, I loved this album, but I
oh,
kind of
sure.
passed by it for
Everybody,
decades.
everybody has that introduction to music. I mean, for
Hmm.
me, it's being 5 and same thing. Begging my mother, but slightly different album. Begging my mother to play uh, Brothers in Arms by Dire Straits, Walk of
Wow.
Life, and whatever other their song was. Um,
And
MTV,
I
what's that
love,
song called?
ah,
And
I want my empty.
yeah, the little faggot is a measurement. The little faggot is a, the word you can't say anymore, but it's
You
always
said that a
on.
couple times.
I
Yeah.
did. We're getting cancelled. But that's right. I was just purely singing lyrics. It wasn't my opinion on the matter. I
Mm.
did choose to sing those lyrics, however. So,
Disgusting.
great area, great area.
Mm.
Yeah. So that was that for me. There was that, and then again, the Beatles. Everybody has the Beatles introduction,
Mm.
but Dire Straits, I guess, was the equivalent of Reckless for you. Uh, you picked
You
this
sent me
one.
a private message during the
When?
week.
Oh, did I?
You did. Yeah. And you said,
Was
wow,
it?
Bryan
Was it?
Adams deserves respect or something like that.
Well, no, it was. We were a peek behind the beef curtain. We were about to record that night, and I'd only just given the album its first listen, and
Mm.
I believed that Bryan Adams deserved more respect than one listen and a review. That's what I thought at the time. And then as I got deeper into the album, I may have regretted my statement, but it was, we do our due diligence here at Pointless and Confused, and
I was under the impression I got from it was that you'd never listened to Bryan Adams before. You listened to this and went, holy smurfs, this is really good.
wow, that's how tone is misconstrued through messages.
Oh my God.
I don't think the word "wow" was typed from my phone to yours either. Maybe it got picked up, some Russian spy code as it was sent to you. Um, but I did say he needed more respect.
Yeah.
And then I got deep. Then I got past 6 songs into the
Apart from
album.
the millions of dollars and selling out stadiums every night, he needs a break. Get him a fucking break.
Hey, I'm not saying there's not classic songs on there. I'm saying it wasn't overall as amazing as I thought it was. Those first 5 songs in, I was like, this is hit after hit, and then I just went, ah, oh, shame. That's okay.
Dried up for you.
I guess back in '84, you only needed to lube people up with the first 4 songs, and then they've bought the album and you've fucked them already, right? Like, keep it simple. Open up with some bangers, and then just fill the vinyl.
Well, it was shit.
What was shit?
Couple of singles and then a bunch of shit, and you've already
Oh yeah,
you've sold it. You got the money. Who gives a shit? By the time people cotton on to like, ha suckers.
that's it. Well, I mean, back in the day, you put a song on the radio that gets a bajillion hits. You've put out the 45. It's played endlessly on adult-orientated rock radio stations. And if you want to hear that at home in the privacy of your bedroom while you may or may not have pants on, you got to
Probably
spend.
not. I was naked with my willy tucked between my legs.
Oh, you were very clear about your status while listening to Bryan Adams.
No, well, I said that while I was a child, but I just want to make perfectly clear that during the week I was also doing that.
Oh, good.
As an adult.
All right. So just a whole lot here.
Just picture that.
Yeah. I'm satisfied. It's we're not a visual medium here, so we can all just visualize our perfect naked man visage and and put that to your voice.
We couldn't afford the video this week. There was budget cuts.
Yeah. Experimentation with media. Yes. So when you slapped this back on after a 20-year hiatus and hit play on your on your CD player, what was your instant reaction?
As it went, I was like, "There's the awesome songs are awesome." Yeah,
Uh,
opening song, somebody, and all that. I was like, "Wow!"
I
The
need
guitar sound awesome.
somebody. Yeah.
Somebody like you.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
25. It's got the voice of a 90-year-old.
Yeah, that's a lot of cigarettes and yeah,
Smoking cock. Yeah.
whiskey. Uh, and then there's a couple of songs you're like, oh, that's like the last song, Ain't Gonna Cry. That's got some really 80s cliche, good God, stuff to it, doesn't it? The last song. You've disappeared. I'm all on my own. That's,
Um, technology. I'm working off a 1920s speaker
your
microphone.
gramophone run out of,
Yeah.
you had to
I'm
stop
talking
winding it.
into
The arm
my
got tired.
my great grandma's earpiece. It's like an ear cone for listening. So if I cut out from time to time, um, blame Stalin.
I was saying the last song, Ain't Gonna Cry, is very 80s, crappy, very cliched, very
Oh
corny.
yeah, I did catch that. What I wanted to clarify though is when you hit play, you jumped straight into somebody as your first. I need somebody.
Somebody, somebody
But
like you.
am I correct in saying that it starts with One Night Love Affair?
Oh, that was just the first song I could think of off the top of my head.
Oh, yeah,
Man,
okay.
I love it. That song's awesome too. And
No,
then
is it?
Sarah 69 and
Well, no, see,
boom,
Summer '69's much later. So,
banger after
we're,
banger.
just to be clear, we're starting with One Night Love Affair, which I gave him a pass, sort of not a very catchy verse, but then a banging chorus, right? Uh,
Oh, well, that guitar riff. Gang.
oh, sure, I'll give him that. Like it's radio rock. It's written
Oof,
well, but she's
redefined.
only happy when she's dancing. That could have
It's a
been
bit of a.
recorded by Roxette, really. Not
I
to
was
bag out
thinking it was.
Roxette.
I was thinking it sounded like Kenny Loggins' Footloose.
Oh yeah, good. Well, I guess that was also a hit at the time, wasn't it? Or is this pre-Kenny?
Well,
About the same, I reckon.
this is album
Oh,
4, and apparently Adams was about to give up. He was going broke.
oh yeah.
Had album first 3 albums and quite got the success that he wanted.
Mm.
First album flop, second album flop, third album did all right. I think. I think the second album had a minor hit. Third album had a bit of a hit,
Yeah, he had
and
some
then
minor hits.
he was about to give up. He was running out of money. Things sucked, and he apparently put all his effort in the world into doing this, and he's just spent writing and rewriting and track songs over
Mm.
and over again to get it right, and just put everything
Yeah.
into this album, and boom,
Well, some
reckless.
of it pays off. A lot of it doesn't. I think it's very
Oh,
like there's some classic songs, but then overall it's very of its time.
what do you
Production
think of the
for sure.
production? Sounds great.
No, it's early
Ah,
'80s, man. That's the tough lesson. Like I reckon if he did you know how they do like those reissues and remixes and blah 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 blah. If they did one of those for this and D80s fight it like they did with. Did you ever hear that last John Lennon album? Is it Double
no,
Fantasy? Well, anyway, they
no.
did a unpolished version and they remixed it and took all the effects off, and it sounded badass. So I reckon they should do that with Reckless because there's good songs, man. Like catchy
Yeah.
verses,
I think there was
amazing
somebody
choruses.
I had a problem with where the vocals are super loud and the band is very, very quiet in the background. It's very odd. It's
Oh
just that
yeah.
one song.
You somebody.
You know,
Yeah.
what do you think of the Tina Turner duet?
Oh no, I no.
Oh,
I
I was
spent a
listening to it
minute.
before going, fuck yeah. That voice.
I spent a minute going. Is that Tina Turner? He's got Tina Turner. You know.
Yeah,
Um,
Tina
I
motherfucking
was
Turner.
I was never a fan of Tina Grandma Legs Turner.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
He shuffles with attitude, puckers
Well,
those
I mean,
lips.
it is it is well established in our back catalogue that I don't like anything. You like everything, and I
Yeah.
don't like anything.
No.
And we are oil and water, and
Mm.
we are um
It's no
no.
secret. There's a lot of infighting on the show.
Oh,
Um,
there's outfighting too.
infighting,
Yeah,
outfighting,
yeah.
basically
We
torturing each other all day, throwing things at each other.
yeah. A lot of the discussions happen through lawyers, though. Really,
Mm.
but at the end of the day, it's all about financial gain, and that's just
Yeah.
something we can't walk away from. And
Oh, the show's a fucking nightmare to put together, and the fans are dorks, and God, smelly pricks want to
it,
shake your hand. Oh, they're gross.
it
But
really is.
we
Yeah.
we get paid millions of dollars, so
Wow.
we labor on.
Yeah. I mean, all we have to do is sit at home, grow our hair and our beards, and
Mm.
listen to the occasional Bryan Adams album.
Mm.
Can we? I'm going to skip off this album. No, I shouldn't, but I'm going to. Bryan Adams' best song. You know, everybody says Summer '69, which I think he hates. He said that
Does he?
in public somewhere. I just made that sound that you're not supposed to when you podcast because I lost my point, and this is what I do. The Robin Hood song. That's his best song. Come on, let's be fair. Everything I
Everything I
do,
do.
I do it for
It's
yeah.
something like I wanted to point out is like when he had that hit,
Mm.
how many smeltsy, shitty fucking ballads did he put out after that? Remember that one he did with Sting? I
Oh, I'm sure.
really, really, really feel like a woman, or
Oh
have you
yeah,
ever smelt a woman, or whatever the fuck it is?
yeah. Have you ever
Oh
smelt
fuck,
your
that was
fingers
bad.
after fingering a woman? I think those are the exact lyrics. Yeah. Have you ever
Yeah,
smelled a woman's fingers after you fingered her? Like that.
didn't make sense. Um, oh, he did a bunch of them. They were all fucking terrible. He's like, oh god,
Yeah, but you go with
but he
money.
cashed in. Oh man,
Yeah.
major.
He was, you know, back here in Reckless, he thought about giving up the album before. Then he got a couple of hits with like Somebody and Heaven and Summer 69 and maybe Run to You. And then what came after this? Was it then he must have put out some other albums before Robin Hood?
Yeah, it must be another one. I say, gosh,
A couple of mediocre albums with some mediocre subpar hits.
I think he had hits as he went, and then that everything I do for you, that was obviously like put him back in number one, and he was just like, cash fuck in, I am
Cashed
selling
up.
out.
Yeah. My
Uh,
great. What? Yeah. What's? Can we ask? Can we talk about his face? Did he have a bit of acne as a kid or something? He's got quite a.
uh, he did Reckless, and then after this, 87, he did Into the Fire, and The
Oh,
Heat of the Night was a song. I remember that.
never heard of it.
Yeah, I think Heat of the Night's the one I remember. Yeah. So he had one off
Mm,
that. Then he had Waking Up the Neighbors. That's the 191. So that's,
that's
yeah,
the
it's got everything
Robin
I
Hood.
do. I
Oh
do it
yeah.
for you. Yeah.
Didn't need another song on it. He could have just put out 8 versions of that song and it would have sold.
Do I have to say the words? Can't
Never heard of
stop
it.
this thing we started.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. That's a good one. I'd forgotten all about that one. So he's a treasure to
Oh,
modern music, right? Would you put him? I mean, you wouldn't put him on your Mount Rushmore of musicians, right? If you had to pick 4 musicians, that would be your Mount Rushmore. If you can think quickly off the top of the head, who might you put on your Mount Rushmore of musicians? I doubt Bryan Adams is going to be in there.
oh, definitely James Hetfield.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, there you go.
So like it.
Yeah, easy. So you got
And
one.
Lars next to him.
Oh, 2 from Metallica. Yeah, all
And the
right. You can just
Beholding
put.
Hands.
You're going to put the other 2 Metallica cunts in there as well. And these your rock face?
Let's face it, Kirk deserves to be there, but The bassist can fuck off, to be honest.
Yeah, anybody can play bass, right?
Exactly.
Mm.
Unimportant.
Right.
Who's
Yeah.
fourth place?
Yeah, like, Patton. You'd put Mike Patton up there, wouldn't you?
I was sort of going off him.
Oh,
Um,
right. Aussie.
no, it would be Aussie. I don't know. I'm kind
Paul
of going
McCartney.
blank. Um,
This is the getting to know you section of the podcast.
I
Dan's
don't
going
know.
blank.
Going blank. Going blank. I don't know. I've gone through phases with a lot of bands. Like I really got into REM for a while, and then I
But you
really got
nobody's
into.
putting fucking Michael Stipe on their Rushmore of musicians.
I got a bunch of REM albums. Ugh,
Oh, but
I
you'd
was
put
down the
Kurt up.
rabbit
You'd
hole.
you'd put Kurt up there before you put fucking Michael Stipe, wouldn't you? Surely.
I don't know, but you think Kurt's like 1.5 albums, isn't he? One. Or if
Yeah.
you put it all
How
together, two
fucking good are
albums
those
worth.
1.5 albums?
Yeah, but then there's other bands where it's just like, REM's got quite a few great albums.
They got a lot of shit albums too. Anything after Monster it's pretty swiftly downhill.
No, they came back later. There was a really good album later. Like every song was a fucking banger. Up? Is it up?
Future
Yeah.
episode. Yeah.
Yeah, they're great. Well, I was a big REM fan. Yeah. Good lord. Good lord. Good
Hmm.
lord.
Yeah.
Lord.
All right.
No, no.
Reckless.
Mm.
Is it a Reckless album? Does he feel reckless?
I think it does. I think it does feel reckless. He put it all
Does
on
it?
the line. He put his heart and soul. I have to say, this is an album. There's a couple of dodgy tracks, but in
Mm.
all, every time it finished, I put it on again. I was right into this album.
Oh.
Mm,
Not when you were
yeah.
5, like this week.
This week, when I was running around naked with my penis tucked between my legs at work,
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure the people
back
in your
back into the
shared office
vibe.
space appreciated it.
There's some dodgy stuff,
Uh,
but even the dodgy stuff went by. I wouldn't skip any of it.
oh man. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, skipping for me, I'm going with his singles, and I think that was, sort of track 3, 4, 5. You know, uh, Summer '69. I've taken it off my screen. Podcast noises. Scrolling down. Right. Run to You, Heaven, Somebody, Summer '69, and then I'm fucking out. Honestly. I know you love Kids Wanna Rock. Fuck off. Tina Turner. Fuck off. Yeah. I was kind of over the
Heathen.
aesthetic. I was over the
Heathen.
aesthetic by that point. I needed some
10,
change.
10 songs, 38 minutes. How can you?
Oh, he
Good
gets in, he
Lord.
gets out. It's concise. I'll give him that. And listening to it, I go, yep, this is the Canadian Bruce Springsteen. That's how I felt. And also,
Eh?
Bryan Adams is going to have fucked a lot of ladies. Like this album alone,
Yeah.
groupies, surely.
Summer 69. You know what he was doing with them.
Well, I
Fucking
don't know.
fanny.
Was he even alive in '69? I
He's
think
a
he's lying to
vegan,
us.
isn't he? So, I don't know. Maybe he didn't.
Vegans can
No, they can't.
69, can't they?
No.
It's not really eating meat, is it?
No, they get weak and faint and fall over.
Oh, right. Do you think people ever get this far in our episodes? Do you think?
No, they don't. They usually pull out about a minute in.
Ha! Zing.
Spotify plays. Guess what the big hit on this album is?
I mean, I'm going to say Summer '69, but you can prove me wrong.
Summer 69.
Oh, is it?
827 million goddamn plays.
But is that his biggest song, or does Robin Hood pip it?
Oh, I haven't got Spotify open.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Yeah,
Fucking unorganized. So
400
confused.
million for Heaven. What's the next one?
All right. It's not bad. It's respectable. It's he's getting a check from Spotify. Let's put it that way.
Some selling concert tickets, still going.
Selling
I've seen
concert tickets.
videos. I picked this album because I saw him. He's released a new album and he's like got some videos, pretty low effort videos out promoting it. And the songs are low effort as fuck. He's
Uh-huh.
given up at this point. He's just cashing in checks on the back catalogue.
Is it as low effort as those fucking Cameo videos? You know that app where you can pay celebrities to say happy birthday to your auntie and shit? Some of those are brutal.
They get like 400, 700, 800. It's surprising how low. Like, does Snoop Dogg need another $720? Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it.
I wouldn't fucking
Hi,
do it.
I'm Bill Paxton. How's your mom? Happy birthday.
Oh, COVID
Uh,
must have been slow for them. Jesus.
yeah. Well, you miss the paparazzi ain't taking your photos, so you need someone to point a camera at you and help your self worth.
I saw
I
Gilbert
like
Gottfried was doing them,
oh yeah.
but that was just before he died. So he was trying to cash in as much as he could before he
Oh,
popped
he's
the
probably got
cork.
medical bills to pay.
Oh, leaving stuff with the kids.
Yeah, the kid. What's the kid's name from T2 from Terminator 2?
Too
Um,
long.
yeah, old Eddie Furlong. Have you ever seen him do any interviews? He's fucking
Ooh.
hilarious.
Everything I do it for you. Guess how many plays?
Oh, I don't think it's a billion, but I think it's 900 million.
433.
Oh, that's a shame. It's a damn shame, Planet Earth. Step it up.
Surprising, isn't it? Because that thing was number one for how many years?
It
It was
was.
like
But then
12 weeks number one or something.
maybe it's due for a comeback. Maybe there's like a 40th anniversary version coming out, and we're all just going to get reinstated with Bryan Adams in our um, brains.
Well, we're on about 27 minutes now, Brad, and we don't get paid overtime.
Oh,
How are you going to rate this?
you know what? I'll give it a simple and concise uh, 6 piano ballads out of 10, just because it's Ryan Adams. Just keep it simple. Bryan Adams, not Ryan Adams. I like Ryan Adams.
I'm giving it 10 lesbians.
Wow,
I can't help it.
another
10
10 out of
lesbians
10.
out of 10.
My
10 out of
goodness.
10. I'm afraid I just got sucked in. Loved
Well,
every minute of it. There's some dodgy stuff, but it's like, fuck it.
I
Love it.
mean, if you are nude and dancing around your house, it's got to be a 10. You just
Makes everything better.
if it fills you with reckless abandon, it's worth a 10.
Yeah. Enjoyed it. Enjoyed
All
it.
right,
Great.
good
Good
deal.
work,
Check it out,
Brian.
people.
Good
Let
work,
us
little Brian.
let us know what you thought about "Reckless" by Bryan Adams in the comment section.
Yeah.
Or I don't think we have an email, so fuck you
Who
all. Put
who
it in the
who
comments.
else got naked, tucked their willy between their legs, and bounced around to Kids Wanna Rock? It can't
Um,
just be me, can it? Like it's gotta be 80% of the population, at least.
you always find your people, don't you? Everybody has their people. So
Yeah.
maybe they will see you as their new leader and messiah.
Well, who's like my co-host, and they're just like, another album.
Oh, we're referring to me now, are we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I gave it a 6. I mean, I gave the Black Album like a 2. So things are getting better. Thanks for looking up.
Mm.
Black Album. Dance picks.
I can't talk to you anymore. You're disgusting. And I've got to get naked and tuck my willy between my legs.
All right.
Will you
Enjoy your
join me
Tina Turner. I personally will not.
next time?